Hello crafty people, this is Kelly from Crafty Kellys at www.craftykelly.co.uk. I believe I am live. Sometimes it takes a few seconds to catch up and so on. So, let's see. I've got a couple of people watching.
Hello crafty people, This is Kelly from Crafty Kelly.
I've got my phone here so I can see comments because otherwise I can't see the comments. And obviously we want to see if anybody wants to chat tonight. And I shall do my best of reading them. So, Easter. Gosh, I've had 2 weeks off of doing lives and minimal work because my little monster's been off for the half term. And he's back to school tomorrow. So, normal hours will resume, hopefully. I am hoping to do a regular live on a Tuesday night. I've been trying to work out when the best time is. 1, when people can watch. 2, when it works for the family. Kind of, you know, toying around. And I've played with a few different times. And hello, the lovely Jane. Thank you for joining us. I've kind of like been looking like what's going to work. But I mean, let me know what works for you. But I think I'm going to try Tuesday nights because for the family stuff, it kind of works out. Because my other half, he has to work late sometimes and blah, 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 blah. So that's that. Easter break, yeah. I hope you all had a nice Easter break. We actually had some nice sunshine. We managed to get down to the skate park. We managed to get to the park. We're meeting up with friends. It was lovely. Except for I did have a migraine last week, which lasted a few days, which wasn't pleasant. So that also put me on a bit of a back burner with getting stuff done, because this week on Thursday I'm up at the craft store with our friend Dan, bringing you some of my products, just live demonstrations, inspiration. Join me if you can for the show, otherwise watch back. It will just be a bit of fun with Dan. Obviously I'm going on there because I'm trying to sell some product. But, I mean, if you just want to join us for the fun and frolics, please do. Because I do like your company. So today, I think I'm going to do something a little bit different. Well, but first, let's have a quick look what I'm going to take on the show. Because you probably would have known, although there is a couple of new products which aren't craft. There are some things that I cannot take to Telebox because you just can't. Because of the way it works. And do you know what? I'm really tempted to do a whole kind of piece about the margins and the this and that, because it ain't profitable. I can tell you that for us small little companies. And I don't know if it is for the big ones either. But anyway, I think, you know, if you're interested, let me know. But I'm going to be taking my stencils, my latest stencils, so the 3s with 3 packs. We've got my texture dies, my journaling books. Oh, that's the technique book, my journaling books. Where's the other one? I have been trying to be a little bit, what's the word, organised, but I'm a bit rubbish at the moment because I've not been feeling very well. So on top of the migraine, I had some like sicky bug or something. So I've got both of my journals available on the website at the moment. Then we've got some sketchbook journal type books. I used to use them a lot for my work, but I've gone over to my journals. But these are still really lovely, and I might cover one because I've got a few which I've kind of half used and I'd like to do something with them. But so they're available, and they're £2 each. I can't take those to telly for £2. Then I'll get to I've got my book pages as usual. I'm taking the vintage collection, so if you've got this, you can craft along. So we've got the vintage papers, or Victorian papers. I've got 2 of those in there. I've still got a few of the ephemera, but not tons. The stamp set, which was the first one, which was the textures, and the stencil to go with that. So I'm going to probably be using a bit of that today, as well as my Alice products, because I've got a couple of those left. So why not? But what's new, and what you won't have seen, oh, I'll put that to one side. What you won't have seen that I haven't done on Telebox. I have it on, I have promoted it, shall we say, on my website, but not anywhere else. Oh, hello, the other Kelly, and hello, Joe, my lovelies. So actually, Joe has this. Thank you, Joe. So this is, so I'm going to be taking this to the craft store. It is a goth inspired, because I'm not a goth, but I wear a lot of black. I like a lot of that stuff. If you see behind me, I've got a coffin shape shelving unit which I keep my inks on. I'm kind of into that genre, not music, but I like vampires and werewolves and all of that stuff. Anyway, so I was inspired because I do be goth every now and again, selling products and stuff, and in this, it's a puzzle book. So I decided to make some puzzle books a couple of years ago, and I sell them through Amazon. And this one has a bit of colouring, a bit of mazes, some word, kind of missing vowels, word searches, crosswords. So there's a lot in there, and it's a nice size because it fits in the bag. And then my son absolutely loved he loved the mazes in this book. He couldn't do the word stuff at that time because he was 2 years younger, so he was 6 at the time, but he liked mazes. So I made a crazy cat maze book, and in here you've got different illustrations, cat mazes, just a bit of fun. I mean, there are some that can be coloured in, I think, in this one, possibly not, yeah, a little bit, but mainly just mazes with some fun cat illustrations. And then this one I did for Fantasy Forest last year. And this is the Enchanted Wood puzzles. But also with this one, so those two have like about 100 or just over 100 mazes in them. All different shapes and sizes. This one, I've done it so you can actually, if you want to colour it in after you've done the maze, if you like colouring, you've got the opportunity to colour in the images, just as a little something else, because us crafty people, sometimes we can't get to doing a full craft session or anything because life gets in the way, but actually doing a maze before bed and having a little doodle and a colour, that's doable because it doesn't take too much time. So these are available on the show. They are £5 each, which is cheaper than what they are on Amazon, because Amazon kind of fix the prices. I don't have a lot of say about like up and downing the price on Amazon. I have a little bit of control to a percent, but then they always add a bit more. So yeah, so I have these on my website. They are available. I don't have tons of them because I sell them a lot at events and fairs and stuff. So, but they're available. Now, what was it I wanted to do tonight? I want to do something a little bit different, and it's something I've not done for years, but I think it will be really fun to do something a bit different. So what I used to do, because I've been doing craft fairs and things for over 10 years or so now, and I've mentioned before, I used to be a demonstrator for Stampin' Up, so it's like Avon for craft. So I wasn't employed by them, but I demonstrated their products to entice people to purchase them, and I got a 20% commission, which is nothing. So I love Stampin' Up, I do, but it's not like a money maker, or it's really hard to make a living off of it. But people do. But what I used to sell it, because I used to make so many cards, because I've done so many videos and demonstrations and this, that, and the other, I would do craft fairs to kind of offload the cards I've made. But I used to do other things as well, because they had the designer papers, and things were very much in Stampin' Up world. They're in and out and in and out and in and out. I mean, like every 6 months there's like tons of new releases. They have an annual catalogue and then tons of releases. And literally it's overwhelming, to be fair. I still have a small amount of my products, but nowhere near as much as I did. But one of the things, I'm rambling now, one of the things that I used to make for craft fairs, just little kind of things, were these books. And literally I covered a book. So They come like this. I used to get them from my local pound shop, which is now like the £2 shop. But I think you got something like 4 or 5 in a pack. I would cover them with some designer paper or some different coloured cardstock, put some kind of sentiment and a bit of stamping. And actually it's really nice little gift, teacher gift, gift to your friend. I started putting magnets on the back of them, but I obviously didn't do these ones. But I've got quite a few because it was something that I used to churn out quite a bit of. And I used to quite like doing it, but I've got little ones as well. So you can see that little pocket notebooks is a really nice thing to kind of have. So I thought, so this is a very different style to my grungy style. So let's actually make one a bit more like the grungy. Oh, so I'm just reading Joe's comment. I used to demo for Stampin' Up. Yeah. And I love their stuff. I've still got some of it on my shelf. I've got so much ink, it's ridiculous. But I used to have the entire collection and all of the ink colours for like 5 years or something. But like recently I did do a big cull, and I've probably got... It's still a ridiculous amount. I've still probably got about 20 or 25 of them. It's ridiculous. But some of my favourite colours. Joe, what was your favourite colour? Mine has got to be Night and Navy. I mean, literally hands down, favourite colour ever. I mean, if I could get some cardstock or some ink in that exact colour for my own products, oh my God, I'd love it. Anyway, so random. But yeah, favourite colours. Beautiful. So I just thought we could use my papers instead. So we use the vintage Victorian collection papers to decorate one, because why not? So it's something a little bit different. We're going to use a bit of ink. We're going to use a bit of the pattern paper, some of maybe the ephemera or what comes in the cardstock pack. You know, we'll just have a little play. Oh, sorry, I've got like half a pint of Coke. Don't worry, it's caffeine free because I can't have the real stuff. So let me grab a few bits here. Now I have just got some normal black cardstock which I'm going to use to kind of make my base to do my wrap, shall we sort of call it. So I'm going to flippity-flooey round. And and we'll see what happens. Right, transfer done. Kelly, I love a bit of a bookmaking. Yeah, I know, why not? I mean, like, I've got so many books and things that like I could cover because I could make them nicer, and I just never get around to it. So this particular one is just under 3 inches, and then it is just sorry about the head, just over 8. I'm going to make a little mark. I've got a pencil so I can rub it out. I draw all over this thing because I'm a bit of a nightmare, so I want it there, but I also want to add that little bit at the back, so that's 9. Okay, that makes that easy. So 3 by 9 for this one. So let's cut this down to, it was just under 3. I bet I cut it wrong. Pop you to one side. Now this black cardstock I've got, I'm not entirely sure where this one is from. It's not the Creative Crafting World one. It's a little bit thicker, so I'm not sure. Because sometimes I take things out of the pack and just put it in. I've got these things that I keep them, or what they called, you know, magazine tidies. I've got a big old load of them next to me. And what I wanted is a scoreboard, just to make it a little bit easier for myself when putting it all together. Oh, that's 9. So it was 9. So that is half 75, and that probably doesn't make a lot of sense to anybody else, but it does to me in my measurements. So let's go So it wasn't, so I think, yeah, that's about right. So I'm going to do a little line there, and then it's because we've got a little bit of a bend. Hopefully that is it. Oh no. Yeah, well, that might just work. That might just work. I'll put another one there. That's going to be covered anyway. So, yeah, I was talking about Stampin' Up. This is my old bone folder from Stampin' Up. I've got one which, so the team that I was part of, a lovely lady called Emma, she put our names on them all. It was really lovely. But I still love Stampin' Up stuff. I just ended up finding it was incredibly expensive for what you were getting. And as I had hoped to do it as a business, because, well, that's what I wanted to do, I didn't find it profitable. And also, the big thing that happened is I started creating content for the original Create and Craft for their blog and their website and stuff. So, and it was a conflict of interest that I wasn't allowed to do both from Stampin' Up's perspective. So what I've done is I've just kind of given that a little fold over. Hopefully that will fit nicely. It's a little bit short. I might make another score line. Oh, it's a little bit skinny. What has she done? Oh, well, we'll just have to do it again, won't we? Okay, we'll do 3 inches this time. We'll do 3. There we go. Oh, got to cut it down. Maybe I shouldn't bother cutting. I'm going to cut it a little bit longer, so then I've got a couple of millimeters to play with, and then let's get that scoreboard back in. So did everybody else enjoy their Easter weekend? We had plenty of chocolate. It was, did anybody else find, so it was really weird, really strange thing I'm going to share here. So it was, it's lovely. So my family have, you know, brought us, me and the boys, some Easter eggs. They got us all of them. Got us. It was chocolate orange. Not chocolate orange, but it was a twirl, but chocolate orange flavour. I was like, what? A twirl's good enough on its own. It doesn't need to be orange. So now we've got lots of orange chocolate flavoured chocolate, which I've got to say I'm not a massive fan of, but I mean, like, I'm going to eat it, aren't I? Because I love chocolate. Okay, so that'll do. That'll do. Oh, look. There we go. Perfect. So now I've got kind of, this is going to be my base. The base for it. And then we can decorate this and add it to here with some glue or tape or something. So I've got some of the papers, and I was really tempted to do a bit of the letter writing. So cut that down maybe. And then add in like, or maybe the map. Although I do really like the blue. I do like the blue. I think I'm gonna stick with the letter writing, and then I can just add some bits on top, and we'll keep that one out as well. So let's move those over there, and then we can. Oh, I might need that. So let's cut this down. So if that's 3, I've got to chippity chop it down. So it's got a nice border. So I'll do 2 and, is that 2 and, I've got glitter glue on it. 2 3/8. Thought it was. And then, what was this? What was this? 8. So, got to take it down to there. Whoop. Right, I might add a bit of map onto it. So there we go. We've got a strip there. That'll be nice. I think I will ink the edges. And I think I'm going to use some map from here. I'm going to chop one down. And I'm going to add some inking and some stenciling on the top of that. I think I might rip this up a little bit in a sec and kind of have that somewhere. And then I could use one of the tags, couldn't I? That's a good idea. Let's use the tag. It's been a lovely day today down here in Littlehampton. We have had lovely weather, so met up with friends down the park earlier, which was lovely. Got to say, I'm looking forward to the kids going back to school. It has been a long 2 weeks, but it's been lovely too. We've got to do lots of fun things, which is nice. Oh, me and Bobby on Saturday, we're going to a gig. I haven't been to a concert or a gig in, I can't remember how long, but I'm going to go see a band that I haven't seen in 20 years called Incubus. Now, you might know Incubus. You might know Incubus, you might not. But I absolutely love them. And we're seeing them on Saturday at the O2, so I'm very excited. Oh my God, we were going to get a hotel room and stay over there and make kind of like a little bit of a weekend of it, because we don't get away very often because we're always working. And I've been looking up hotel rooms for a little while. I was hoping like something cheap might come up. Oh no, it hasn't. It really hasn't. All the hotels are charging about £300 to £400 a night. Whereas if it was the week after or a day later, they're £100. It's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to drive down. We've decided we're going to drive down. And so I've booked, I didn't know this, but you can book a parking slot at the O2, and it's only like £30 odd, £32 or something. I thought that was really good, to be fair. So we're going to do that. Why not? Now, shall I use some more? I want some more layers. What else have we got in my packs of goodies next to me? So we do have some of our texture dies. So let's get out them. I'm not going to put a butterfly on, but I might put one of those on. Let's just get out a few bits and bobs, because I've got it cut. I might as well. Oh, I picked out the wrong colour. Oh, maybe. I always have these little kind of bags of bits and bobs and whatnot ready to go. Well, not quite ready to go, but they are ready and waiting, I suppose. But anything else in there I want? Maybe a bowl. Maybe. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take. Do I do a circle? Have I got a big circle punch? I do. So if you are a fan of Stampin' Up, I mean, you should see the drawer of punches I've got next to me. It's one thing that I will never part with. I've got like these tag punches. I mean, I just love their punches. The most expensive, ridiculous amount of money for them, but they are very, very good. I love a punch. Love a punch. I might punch you as well. Oh, all right. So I can see what I'm doing. Well, I want to get the writing. And then let's get a punch from you as well, because I might. Might as well. Okay, so we've got a few bits cut out. But all of this is all a little bit too clean at the moment, so we need to kind of grunge it up a little bit. So this is where I'm going to bring in the texture stamps from there. And I think I'll bring in just a note from the Whispering Wings. And I think that should fit on there at a wonk. Yeah, a wonk. I'm cool with that. So put that over to one side because I know what I'm doing with that. And we will get these stamps out and this stencil. Now this is, as per, a very well used. That's well used because I like it. Okay, blue, and I've got this. I've got the similar colour palette that I quite often go for. And where's my black one? That'll do. So, a couple of colours I've grabbed. Oh, I didn't grab a vintage photo. Silly me. Let's grab it. Vintage photo. And oh, that's that one, and that's that one, I think. I need to find a better way of storing these because I used to stick them with a bit of Velcro on the bottom because my unit that I put them in, you could fit them in, but when I take them out to go up to like telly box or something, they kind of like, because they sit on each other, they kind of ruin the one that they're sitting on top of. And I know that's something really silly, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want it ruined. Right, so I'm going to inky up the edge, and then I'm going to do a little bit of stenciling, I think. I think we will just distress this a little bit. I'm not going to use any sprays because I don't want to oversaturate the cardstock, although it is like 160 GSM, I think, so it can take it, but I mean, I don't need to. I don't need to because we got this. So I'm just reading a comment. Got my eye on the texture die. Oh, yeah. Do you know, I have got another one coming out in the next, well, not right away, but in the foreseeable future. I've finished designing and I'm waiting for the kind of what's it called, the sample to come for me to give it the okay. But I really like a texture die. I know other companies do something similar, but yeah, I really like them. I just think for me, for layering and stuff, it just adds a nice little something to your project. So I'm gonna just give that a little bit of colour on the back as well, because I don't want when somebody looks at it to be maybe. I do this kind of like, this is the whole process I go through when I'm making most projects. I kind of do a load of stuff and then go, oh yes, I like this, I don't like that. But then that's why I end up with loads of little bits at the end. Yeah. Which isn't such a bad thing, because then I can use them on other projects. I'm going to tag. You're going to have to have a little bit of something going on. I pulled out a key. I haven't popped you behind anything. I might go floral. I can always cut it down. Yeah, these texture dies. I wanted them to be big enough to make an impact, but not too big that they overtake a project. And where is it? Oh, it's there. Just to give me an idea. Don't know if I want the blue. Might not bother with the blue. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of stenciling on here. And that's something I could do. I could stencil through that. And what colour? I think I am going to just bring in a bit of peacock because I love a bit of peacock. I really do have favourite colours that I go back to time and time again. And this is one of them. I'm just going to add a little bit. I might end up just doing a little bit in the dark colour as well. Oh yeah, I know what I'll do. So I'll get my other ones. Or get me other ones. Where are they? That is the demo, not the... Oh, there they are. Right in front of me. What a nightmare I am. Like, literally, things are right in front of me and I can't see them. A bit of black. Oh, should I do hickory smoke? We go black. Let me do a little bit of... Oh, I've got a question. So behind me, you might not be able to see it because the camera's facing down. I've spoke about it once before. I created a stencil of Marilyn Monroe. Is that something people would be, and I did it just for my own kind of artwork. Is that something people would be interested in? I don't know. It would have to be quite a large stencil. Just to get all the detail, because but I don't know. Just gonna add a little bit of black there on the edge, because I need to tweak it a little bit for retail purposes, shall we say? But yeah, somebody has asked me about it, and I wasn't sure if people would be interested in that or not. So, well, we've got on here already, we've got text, so I don't need, so with this stamp set, we've got some text and we've got some fillers and stuff. I think I'm going to use a little bit of this. Really lovely kind of pattern. I think we will go for a bit of hickory smoke. I'm not going to bother putting it on onto a block. Let's just pick it up, pick up some ink and see how we go. Yeah. There we go. So we created lots going on there, which I love. But I'm going to pop that over to one side because I feel like that layer is done. We'll come back to you. A large stencil would be interesting, especially if it is done. Well, yeah, so I'm probably sharing too much ideas that I've been working on lately. I've got so much I'm kind of trying to do. But because I like to create this kind of stencil artwork. And I was thinking of doing a whole kind of like pop culture, or, you know, pop art type Doogery What's It. So I was thinking that that might be something people would be interested in. But I don't know. So I'm just, I'm using that texture, and I'm just adding a bit of texture to some of the pieces, just to give it something a little bit more. Now I'm going to change section, and I'm going to go for that middle bit. I'm going to add a little bit of that middle bit in. So we've got lots of different kind of textures going there. I love this stamp. I do. I love it. I just love the texture on it. Then I can't remember if I decided not to use that, but let's just do a little bit of whatever we've got left on there, which wasn't a lot. But no, it's not. I haven't got any ink on there, so well, that's fine. Now I've got that, and let's quickly, see, stamp it up. I can't believe how much stuff I've still got, but it's, I mean, I don't always want to get rid of it because we like it, don't we? Oh, a couple of messages. Yes, oh, and the Raven, I know he's good, isn't he? I don't have a corporate light, so you've got, for some images, so he's not one that I've drawn myself. Honest, He is. Oh, I've got my son coming in. What's up, Pickle?
I'm looking.
You're looking. Okay.
I'm watching.
I'm watching. Oh, okay. Sorry, they've just had their dinner. There's some images that I only have like a small license for, and some images I have that I have like a full kind of open license for. And there are some images that I create myself, so my own artwork, which the next couple of stamp sets will have heavily on my own artwork. But back to the Raven thing. So Raven is one that I use in my cutting file art. I don't show that online or anything very often, only when I'm doing shows and stuff that I kind of, that comes out. Otherwise it doesn't very often. So I'm just looking for my hole puncher. Got a hole punchery thing somewhere. I don't know, I'll find it in a sec. But so when it comes to the Raven, I really want to do the Raven, but I've got to figure out the licensing for it, because he is beautiful and I'd like him in big and small and stuff, and like for myself, because I create him myself, I'm able to do that. But yeah, the Raven, definitely. I think if a Halloween collection comes out, he needs to be possibly in that. Now, what was the others? Whatever, large. Yes, large Raven. Any goth? I've got tons of goth stuff I've been working on recently. Tons. And yes, I think it's overtaken some of the other stuff, because I'm like, I can only really release that style like at Halloween, I suppose, is my thinking. But like literally I've had one or two friends who have been kind of test buddies to look at some of the goth inspired stuff I've created, and it seems to have gone down well, which is good. But I need to, yeah, it is coming. It's coming. I can't wait. There's been like some particular items that I've been working on, and it's just been really good fun. But I kind of get lost in what I'm doing, because I end up forgetting to concentrate on anything else. And the problem is I don't want to create stuff just for the sake of creating it, but then I want to create stuff that I want to use. So it's kind of this, I don't know, weird situation I'm in sometimes, because like some stuff that I want to do, I'm never going to be able to do massive runs of them, because it costs so much money to have them produced. But I can do little runs. All the boys have just gone out, but I can do little runs of them. Now I'm really liking that, and I think I'm going to get my gel pen and do a little bit of white jelly stuff, and have a quick look while I'm up here where my puncher is. Where is that? It's normally in that pot, or normally in here. Is it in this one? Oh look, there it is. Got it. And look, once again, stamping up. So there's a lot of the stuff that I've got at home that I can't use on Telebox, because of, you know, it's not stuff that people can buy. But I've got all the tools at home, and I'm not replacing them because, well, we haven't got an endless supply of money, which is something else I'm going to be doing. So I have because I've been doing a lot of craft for a long time, I have a lot of craft supplies, which is stuff that I have in my collection, which I'm not going to get around to using anymore. And I sell it on eBay, and I shall be adding more to that. So if you want secondhand products, new and used, do check it out, because there is a lot of stuff on there which is very cheap, because, well, I've got to clear out and make space and make some money so I can produce the next stuff. That's the situation we're in, because for me I work from collection to collection, because I don't have tons of money. I've probably told this to you before, I just don't. So each collection pays for the next one. Tarot cards, I actually do have some tarot card images somewhere. I will have a little look. My mum loves tarot. My mum's a bit of a white witch. yeah, I love all that stuff. But I always think like what I like. Well, that's, you know, and it does come down to it sometimes, like what will sell, what won't sell, and I have to be mindful of that, because if it doesn't sell so well, then it means I can't do the next one. But I shall keep going. Angel cards too. What's an angel card? That sounds really stupid, probably. I'm sorry, stupid question. If that is a stupid question. What is an angel card? I've got some black ribbon somewhere, I think. Oh yeah, I've always got black ribbon. I've got some suede. Put some of the suede in it. So I'm really liking this at the moment. I'm not sure about the blue. I might go over that with some brown, because just to knock it back, I'm not sure I really like it. I do this all the time. I'm like, don't. But it's, you know, that's what I like about doing these things, is it's all a bit of an experiment. And this is like the actual process that I go through when I'm creating. And this is very real. You know, I'm not prim and perfect. I do try sometimes, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm just going to knock that back a little bit so it's a little bit dirtier. Line it up on the 6. There we go. Just knock that back just a little bit. Yeah, fab. I prefer that. Now, I'm going to start sticking this together. So first things first, where's my glue? Oh, let's put that on. And as usual, I made a complete mess around me. Just move all of that stuff out of the way. Angel card is a positive image message. So, oh, that sounds lovely. I shall look that up. But I've been doing a lot of sketching recently, and from some helpful feedback from a couple of my friends, I have added some bits to a future stamp set and taken away bits. And today I had, not very long, but should we say I had 20 minutes whilst my son was playing the computer to do a little bit of sketching. Oh, bloody glue. That's probably not going to reach. Where's my pin? And there is a poison bottle possibly coming, and a skull, and candles, and yeah, just some kind of slightly dark stuff. I also so this will tell you a little bit about I don't know, maybe the genre that I'm in, because I've always been a bit of an alternative girl. But so one of the lines from one of my favourite songs is oh god, now I'm put on the spot, I can't remember it. Give me a second and it'll come to my head, because the song's in my head now. Sometimes darkness can show you the light. Now who knows what song that's from? I wonder if anybody does. I'll stay quiet for a second and see if anybody knows where that line is from. Sometimes darkness can show you the light. There we go. I've lined that up, so that's nice and stuck down. I'm just using bookbinding glue. It's one that I find easiest to use. I'm not. I don't mind what glue I use as long as it dries clear and it's not tacky. So I used to use, because of Stampin' Up, what was the one that we used to use? I can't remember. But the one from there, it always stayed tacky. So after it dried, if there was a little bit still on your card showing through, because like things like this is really difficult to just like not have the glue kind of seep through, it would be tacky and it would get fluffy bits, or I don't know, it was annoying. It was annoying. No one I know, but nice words. Okay, so I shall share. It's from Disturbed, a metally rock band. Look them up. They did a cover of a Simon and Garfunkel song, and it was just mind-blowing amazing. But anyway, them, I absolutely love them, and it's from them that I really like that song. But I think it's a really kind of like, I think it's quite a nice saying as well to kind of uplift people. Are we going to do this flat? Yeah, we'll do this flat. So you're going on. I'll add some little details to you in a second. Little deets. So that is our first kind of layer with the black, bit of a torn up map. And goes about there. Okay, so I'm going to stick some ribbon through there if I can fit it through. I did have some thinner stuff, but this will do. This will do. Do I have any thin twine as well? Right, let's chop that off. And yes, sorry, I say that because I feel like I've said something, but I said it in my head. Oh, I'm such a nightmare sometimes. Now, okay, so I need a little bit of something because that's going to be too bulky to tie. So I know what I want. There it is. I want me thread. My thread. So if you ever have like this kind of bulkiness and you don't want to tie it because it's too much, as I use my embroidery floss. It's really good. And I also sometimes wrap everything in embroidery floss because I like it. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a wrap. And then we'll try and... There we go. And then we can just do a little tie up. Next thing after, next thing I'm doing after the craft store, I am back on Hobby Maker on the 9th of, what month? 9th of May. 9th of May. And I have got some new products that I will be sharing with you next Tuesday, which are, what's the word? Are joining the Light Bulbs Moment collection. It was something that I wanted to have done at the time, but I wasn't in a position where I could. But I can now, or I have now, shall we say. I'm just going to stick that little layer on. And then I think we'll do you flat as well. A little taggy waggy. And a little bit of a wonk. And then let's get some pads and we can lift you up. And then I just want to add some details with... Oh dear. That one just went flying everywhere. I want to add some details with me a little white pen. And then, there we go, just a note. Now I could kind of like position that so it stays. Yeah, I think I better do. Glue dots. Now where have I put them? I do remember where I put stuff sometimes. They're in the little side pouch of me your baggie. I'm gonna grab my little pokey tool. Oh, my printer's playing up, which is really rather annoying. I paid out a lot of money for an Eco Tank print, but I kind of regret it now. Not the Eco Tank printer in kind of like altogether, just because I decided to go for the big boy one because I was like, oh well, I want to be able to print in 12 by 12. I think it's broken. I paid like 500 quid for this thing. And yeah, annoying. So I might have to get it fixed. I don't know why I just started talking about that. I've forgotten my train of thought. Sorry. That's just me all over. Joe, are you not there? That's a shame. Oh, not one I know. I miss you. Hobby. Oh, yeah, that's a shame. What day are you on? I shall tune in. Yeah, it's then I'm back there. I'm not. When am I back there after that? Oh, when am I back there after that? I am back there on the 23rd or something of June. Yes, I think I am then. Right, I'm just gonna pop a little bit of glue on this top part to get that bit in place first. So, should have made the wrap a little bit longer, but it's no biggie. It's no biggie. I might use a bit of tape pen to... Right, just give that a little squeeze. Yes, so I have been working away on stuff. It has been slow going because of... Well, I've mentioned it before that this past year has just been crazy with family sickness, my own illnesses, Crane Craft demise, and yeah, just it's been absolutely crazy. Theo's got another operation next Christmas. Bless him. We only found out sort of 4th of December. So we've got a while yet, but yeah, that's something else we've been dealing with. Yeah, I don't know. I think everybody's feeling it at the moment. I mean, I'm sure we've all got stuff going on, and it just seems like never ending. Right, so I've just popped a load of glue on that, and then I'll give it a good press down. I should probably like peg it for a little bit to keep that there, but I am really liking that. I think that's actually come out really nicely. What I do want to do is with my gel pen, so I've got a couple of gel pens in different sizes. Let's see what size we want to use. Let me get a little bit of scrap. So I've got, this is the 10. It's just like how fine I want it. Okay, we're going with you. Going with you. You seem to be working better. So, pop those in there. Yeah. Oh, that one's glittery, that's why. Okay. So, I'm going to try and just pick out some what would have been the detail. So, like a little bit of a shining around there and up there. Then we'll do a little bit there and there. I think this needs a bit more. I'm trying to make it look like it's got a little bit of shape to it. So the boys have just popped out because Bobby's just sold his electric piano. We've got to send it to London. We could have probably dropped it off whilst we're up there at the weekend. So I am happy with that. I'm just gonna take my pen round. Add a little bit of white. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this, actually. Well, like I do quite often, is I have an idea in mind of kind of what I want to do. Oh, it's because I had picked up the glittery one. That was in the wrong box. I was like, why is that glittery? Let's add a little bit of glitter on top. Oh, yeah, look at that. Wink of Stella used to be my absolute favourite kind of glittery edition. Yeah, I used to love that. I'm just going to scribble a little bit of sparkles in there, just to add a little bit of sparkle. Yeah, I didn't have I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but as usual, not a clear path to what I was going to create. But I'm really chuffed with how this has come out. And this will be my new shopping list. So I will put, I've got some magnets like, they've got like an adhesive back, which I shall pop onto the back of there. I might pop a little bit more glue on there. And I can do my shopping lists. Although I really think I should start doing online shopping, because I think I spend less money than when I go into the supermarket. And I really do hate doing a food shop. I really hate it. It's like the worst thing, I think, for me. Right, that glue. Come on. Take Mr. Glue. There we go. Yay! I like that. Let's move all the bits out the way. Tomorrow I will be packing all my stuff up, ready to go see our lovely Dan. I think it's Dan that's presenting. I'm hoping anyway. And so I need to tidy up in here because it's a bit of a mess. Oh, guys, I got an absolute find the other day. I'm going to switch you around now. I love going to like the second-hand shops and picking up weird and wonderful things. I'll show you what I picked up. I've got to do some work to it and stuff. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for, but look at this frame. Look at that frame. £4. It is plastic, to be fair. It's like a moulded one, but look at that. It's a nice big frame. I want to put it up on the wall and put something in it or something. I don't know. I am tempted to spray it black and to give it a little bit of patina. Or patina, but yeah. So that was a nice little find during the Easter holidays. Went to this place called, I think it's Emmaus. It's towards Brighton, so just up the road from me. And they had a little Easter egg hunt and stuff. So me and my friend went there and had a little rummage round, because why not? Why not? And I found that little gem. Anyway, back to what we've created. We have done ourselves a nice little notelet pad. And these can be given as gifts or use it yourself. But it was just a nice way to kind of use the papers and like the ephemera and stuff in a different way. I really like that. I should have created more like that back in the day. That's more my style. But Stampin' Up is a bit clean. Although, set 4, there was a stamp set called Gorgeous Grunge, and that was the bomb. I love that one. What have I missed? Gorgeous. No, you're gorgeous, Joe. You're gorgeous. And do a friends. Can't read that. Sorry, Jane. I will reread that because me reading's a bit off sometimes. But yes, thank you very much. Ladies, it's been so lovely to spend a bit of time with you, kind of chatting and making a project. So thank you so much for the interaction and the fun. I'm going to call it a night, I think, there. So I have really enjoyed making our little notepad. And I think I do need to cover, like, I've got, like, because most of you know I used to demonstrate for other companies, like, and the iHub and Create and Craft and stuff, and like I used to quite often cover books, like using their stamps and stuff and heat embossing and stuff, and like I can recover that and actually use it. I might actually just because in this book, this is quite old, because I was starting up scrapbooking packs to take to craft fairs and stuff, and I've got my notes in from that. And actually I don't need those notes, but I could, and some sketches, but I could very easily cover these pages and actually use them as an art journal. So that might be coming soon. But anyway, love to you all. Mwah. Thank you for joining me, and I shall see you on the craft store with our lovely Dan. And And yeah, on Thursday, so that should be fun. That should be fun. And then in 2 weeks, I will be at Hobby Maker with the Light Bulbs Moment collection, but with some added extras, which you'll get to see next week. It's a bit exciting, but all good. Anyway, I'm rambling as always because I've, stuff. Sorry. I will see you all again soon. Thanks for sticking around with me, and I will see you next Tuesday at 7 o'clock for some more fun.